Welcome everyone. Today, we are going to explore one of the most fascinating legends of Brazilian folklore, the legend of Curupira. In this video, we'll get to know the Curupira's history in detail, understand its role in Brazilian culture, and explore its many facets as a magical being and protector of nature. In addition, we will analyze some of the most famous legends involving the Curupira and unravel the mysteries that surround this legendary figure. So, get ready for a trip to the world of Brazilian folklore, full of magic, mysteries, and adventures. The Curupira is a being from Brazilian folklore who is usually presented as a dwarf whose great feature is his feet inside out, that is, with his heels forward. The description of the physical characteristics of the Curupira can vary greatly from region to region, and in some places he has red hair, while in others he is bald, for example. Furthermore, there are regions where the Curupira is described as having only one leg, others point to him having green teeth. In other parts of the country, the Curupira still has some unusual characteristics, such as not having an anus or having a giant penis. Physical characteristics aside, the Curupira is seen as a guardian of the forest, especially against those who enter it in order to do some harm, such as deforesting or hunting animals. Reports made by the Portuguese during the colonial period indicate that the Indians feared the actions of the Curupira. The oldest known report was made by José de Anchieta in 1560, and in it the author reports the possible actions of the Curupira against the natives. The Indians believed it was impossible to find him because of the misleading tracks he left, but if someone wanted to, it was necessary to take a risk in the dense forest. This is because the Curupira is not found in cities or in the woods around villages, since its home is in the dense forest, far from human beings. Many were afraid to enter the forest precisely so as not to irritate the Curupira and, therefore, made small offerings to their guardian, donating tobacco and cachaca, two items he loves. In addition to killing those who enter to harm the forest, the Curupira can lure them into the forest with the aim of making them get lost. His victims were lured by human voices that he knew how to imitate. The spell that left the person lost could be undone if the victim made 3 wooden crosses and planted them in the ground to form a triangle. Other versions of the legend say that making a knot with a vine is a way to escape the enchantments of this being. The Curupira can also torment humans who are in the forest by means of uninterrupted whistles. In addition, there are reports of indigenous people who claim to receive orders from the Curupira, which they tried to obey at all costs to avoid suffering punishment from that being. And so, we come to the end of another journey through the world of Brazilian folklore and the history of Curupira. We hope you enjoyed getting to know a little more about this legendary figure who protects our country's forests and animals. The Curupira legend is an example of the rich culture and traditions that permeate Brazil, and it is important to value it and share it with future generations. We remind you that the Curupira is a protective and mischievous being who teaches important lessons about respect for nature and animals. It is important to remember these values in our daily lives and apply them in our actions to protect the environment. We thank everyone who followed this journey with us, and we invite you to discover other legends and stories of Brazilian folklore. To the next.